Right now, Elyria's Midway Mall could use a little love. The mall used to be busy, packed, and popular with shoppers for decades.
But in recent years, not so much. Several anchor stores, they shut down amid competition from newer malls like Crocker Park and Westlake. And News 5's Paul Kiska is live from the mall tonight. And Paul, you looked at a study that found the mall has enough potential to attract a new developer.
Well, that's right, Frank and Lee. This 65-page study concluded that Midway Mall does have a lot of potential. But if something isn't done to attract more shoppers, a lot more stores could close.
Right now, there is growing hope for the future of one of Northeast Ohio's largest malls, one that has been struggling for years to keep its doors and stores open.
A new developer just purchased the Midway Mall in Elyria. Paul Kiska found out today city leaders are hoping the new owners have big plans for the future.
Nambar Realty out of New York just bought most of Midway Mall for nearly $5 million. City leaders hope a new owner will breathe new life into this mall, which has been struggling in recent years, losing several anchor stores like Macy's and now Sears. The mall still does $71 million in sales every year, but is losing hundreds of millions to other malls in the area. Before the purchase, a mall consultant out of Arizona did a study that found the mall could be vibrant again, but it would need to attract more shoppers with some outdoor shopping like a mini Crocker Park, office space, restaurants, and a hotel. Brenda said the developer would need to fill some mall vacancies and outlying buildings to get the momentum going. Brenda told me shopping habits have changed with more people shopping online, and that big box stores are not the way to go for Midway Mall.
We think that our market is conducive to things like a Marshall's or TJ Maxx.
Brenda is cautiously optimistic the new owner means business and will not just let the mall sit there.
Midway Mall was first opened in 1965 when the entire northern region of Ohio was booming with the automotive industry. Its original anchors were Sears, Woolworths, and Higbee's. The following year, Penny's began construction of a 175,000 square foot store which employed about 200 people. The mall received its current design in 1990. To the left is the former Sears. They left in 2017, but their store's exterior design is this very retro-looking brown and beige brick. These maternity signs also scream old school. They also had a separate automotive building here. Back inside, the mall has a nice clean feel. Best Buy has a nice large attached store. They first opened in 1994 inside the former Woolworths, which closed that same year. In January 2020, they announced the store had not been performing well and closed that spring. Across the concourse is the shuttered remains of J.C. Penney's, which had closed shortly before the time of filming as part of 27 stores the company closed in 2019. Going further, as expected, with the anchors gone, the small stores can't survive either, and the storefront after storefront sits vacant. Old shoppers recall that a shoe store somewhere in the mall actually had a monkey in a cage along the back wall, which would certainly make for a unique shopping experience. We've now made it to the eastern side of the mall, where the last true anchor store, Dunham Sports, remains. Beside them is where Higbee's used to be, which eventually became Dillard's until closing in 2007. The exterior of the store has some more very cool retro architecture, which I'm glad they kept. While we're outside, let's look around at the other nearby businesses, as when it was booming, the mall was not the only thing built. In fact, just a few years after opening, they had to build an overpass for the amount of traffic heading into the mall. Today, that traffic is non-existent, as most surrounding places have gone under as well. The back section has a movie theater, which seems to be doing okay and has been around since at least the 70s. It switched over in 2009 from the General Cinema to the current Atlas Cinemas. And actually, behind the theater, 3 new hotels have popped up in the past year or so. However, we're going to take a look at the 4th motel, the seedy cesspit that is the Days Inn Elyria. Judging by the architecture of this 6-story, 220 hotel room, it was built around the same time as the mall. It must have been luxurious at the time, but around the new millennium, it had fallen into disrepair and switched from Ramada to Days Inn. In November 2020, due to the near constant drug and prostitute activity taking place here, a judge ordered it closed and sold at auction. Apparently, over the last 30 months, police have been called to this property 670 times, compared to just 70 times at other local hotels. Heading back to the mall is the massive Johnny K's Power Sports inside the old Macy's. Macy's closed in 2016, and Johnny K's moved in 2 years later, but decided to separate themselves from the mall completely and sealed up the interior entrance. You may also notice this section has a more modern exterior, along with the beautiful glass food court entrance. This is because they were both added in 1990 with the renovations, along with this entire wing. The new wing is almost totally empty, and it seems even the cleaners neglected as well. The food court was even used as a location for the 2015 film The Bronze, where the two main characters have an after-hours date.
Yeah. Ta-da! Any type you'll like. Oh. Picnic.
Knock yourself out, bro.
Oh, there you go.
Today, Sbarro's and most other restaurants are not there. It would also be remiss if I did not mention Woolworth's Harvest House Cafeteria, which is remembered fondly by many old shoppers. Today, a Harry Buffalo American-style restaurant is the biggest food source remaining. Wasabi Steakhouse is closed, and in 2020, the separate Red Lobster was sold. In addition to a film location, the mall has been no stranger to Hollywood and other famous personalities, having been visited by creators of both Bugs Bunny and the Peanuts. Another instance, for a 1967 auto show at the mall, the original Batmobile from the TV series was due to have an appearance, but disappeared en route. Apparently, the truck broke down on the way with the $50,000 vehicle inside and was not heard of for days after until it was found that the truck was in the repair shop and the Batmobile was safely still inside. In 2016, the city conducted another assessment of the mall. It was determined that it be demolished and replaced with a shopping center. In 2020, the former Sears was sold with the possibility of becoming a logistics center. With the closure of Best Buy, the only anchors remaining are Dunham's and Johnny K's, leaving the only enclosed shopping center of all Lorain County's future uncertain.